All right, DJ, let's get some shots up. Here's what we're gonna do.
One more. Out.
Man, we can't leave him open.
Nicely done, DJ. Way to go.
Next time, man. Next time.
Don't stop grinding. Winners win every day. Keep at it. It's like a sauna in here. Who's on the AC? Why you standing here? Go work on your game. Shut up. All right, DJ, let's get everyone over here and get started.
Focus! Hey, hey, hey! Come on, man!
Look!
Nice shot, nice shot. Oh, you better shoot that.
That's money.
Hey, man, guard him. Come on.
Excellent work, DJ. Let's keep it up next time.
Next time, man. Next time.
All right, DJ, let's get to work. Now, here's what we're gonna do.
Shut up! Go for the nine. Good shot, baby. Oh, hit down. Hey, don't let him
Just
do
like-
that. Get down, let's do it. Oh, keep shooting that, man. Shoot! Ball up! Oh, that's out of right. Hey, who got ball? Who got ball? Hey, man, Gordon, come on. Hey, he's watching him.
Why was that not great?
And we are done.
Hey, hit me up.
Hey, yo. Hello? Yo, are you open?
Would you like a juice?
Yeah, if it's not too much trouble. What's your Stankonia?
Apple,
That's how you
lemon,
get fired,
ginger, and almond juice.
Okay, I'll get one of those.
Cool.
Cool.
I was napping.
Really?
I saw that.
Nap as soon as you get tired, right? I mean, that's what our hunter-gatherer ancestors used to do. Wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, if I'm tired, I take a nap. I mean, how do you think cavemen used to live to be 150 years old?
Pretty sure that's not true, man.
My juices are designed specifically to give you a little extra energy when you're down. And this one, it's on the house.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're looking to put a little extra work in with the team and you need a pick-me-up, just stop by. I'm a big fan.
Oh, I'm sweet.
And I've been watching you for a bit.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
creepy.
No, not really, but I know who you are. My name's Derek, by the way. Namaste.
Namaste, Derek.
Nah, I'm
That
gonna
was actually
go.
pretty good. I'll see you around, man.
Talking about namaste. Nigga, I'm gonna go. Thanks for my training drill, so I can go ahead and bounce. I got time for that. This nigga trip.
Yo, yo.
All right, DJ, let's get some shots up. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on. Shoot!
Bulls.
Nicely done, DJ. Way to go.
See you later.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Celtics out in Boston.
That line looks something light right
Taking
there.
a look at the Celtics, more than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well.
Traitor.
And of course, with tonight's game,
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hey, boo-boo. Hi, DJ. I don't want to scare you. There's a kid out there with a giant cutout of your head. Just thought you should know.
Boo-boo, I see this all the time.
Well, yeah, at home. But this is the first time you ever seen one on the road, right?
I guess, I don't know.
Look, I just want you to be aware so that way if you look in the stands and see a silly mug staring back at you, you won't get scared. I mean, it's not like you got a pretty face like old Boo-Boo.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Nigga look like Rick Fox low-key.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And also joining us on the sidelines, the league's most valuable player in 2004, Kevin Garnett. KG, it is great to have you with us.
Kay, how you been, man? It's good to see you,
Waiting
man.
for you to sit right here next to us. That's what I've been waiting
man,
for.
Thank you for having me, man. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Can't wait to get inside your impressions of this game. It'll be a lot of fun. One of the league's aging champions taking on a team looking to reclaim its former glory. the hometown Boston Celtics going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And LeBron James is out. That is hard to believe. Out with the injury. He's going to be missed.
Well, when he got hurt in that last game, the hope was that it wouldn't be too serious. But we now know that's not the case. You really just wish him all the luck in the world in terms of his rehab.
Yeah, our hearts go out to him. You never want to see that happen, especially when it could be for an extended amount of time.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, inside we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. Thomas and Korver are the guard tandem. And it's Smooth in at the 3 spot. Kevin, when you entered the draft, no player had made the jump from high school to the NBA in 20 years. And what were your emotions when your name was called number 5 overall?
Oh, man, I remember that. It was
17 years old.
17, just turning 18 at the time. I was in like a whirlwind, to be honest. A lot of people don't know it's a lot of stuff that goes up into the draft. You know, things that I wasn't aware of. You're training twice a day. You know, you're trying to get ready for the combine. You're trying to get ready for pre-draft. You got to do workouts. This is all new to me. On top of still going to high school, trying to, you know, graduate and stuff. So I figured it out. I hustled and I bustled and I juggled a bunch of different things. But once your name is called, it's almost like the culmination. It all comes together. It's a special moment for just you and your family and your loved ones and ones around you. And when my name was called, it felt like the world had stopped and everything was going very slow.
Here's Thomas following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And KG, talk about how the greats can just impose their will.
It's almost like another level. Yeah. When you see LeBron, what he did to Detroit in that fourth quarter, that's a blackout. You don't know what you're doing. When you see Kobe go for 81, when you see Chauncey come down on a 1, these players are blacking out. These are elite players in elite moments, taking the moment. Paul Pierce is one of the best that I've ever seen grab a moment and savor it and just put it in slow-mo. And nothing speeding them up.
Special players.
Special players, but I get a front row seat of seeing them. Ray Allen, the same thing. Had a great composure about himself to slow himself down and hit pressure shots. Tim Duncan, same thing.
And Kevin, welcome to the 2K team. I didn't realize how much you love NBA 2K.
Oh, man, you know 2K is always loud, man. I'm a super fan. Man, this game is going all over the place, bro. Like, seriously, like, I'm geeked to see what's next, man. They got everything down. I'm sitting here watching all the little small intangibles that come with the game. I'm watching the game grow. I'm watching how better players are getting. I'm watching the online play, man. It's lit. It's lit. I can't wait to see this.
That's nice technique on the glass. You know, you leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
And people may not know, KG, that you're not just a broadcaster for 2K, but you're a member of the 2K community.
Have you been keeping up with the community, man?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Man, listen, shout out to all the 2K players out there. I'm Jizzle Lord. Y'all know what it is. I'm Jizzle Lord 5. Shout out to my OBF team. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Dex. Shout out to Bug. Shout out to everybody out there playing.
Wow.
Right. We definitely.
Wow.
It's all good. You know, I'm OBF. I'm about the team. I'm gang. You know what it is. Jizzle Lord. Y'all holler at me. Y'all know what it is, 2K. Right.
You could see how long Thompson's arms are when he goes up to finish that alley-oop.
Great way to see the alley-oop. Replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And now a chance to look here at the race for Rookie of the Year. Halfway. Through the season, these are the top rookies so far. Well, you look at Smooth. Well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
I'll tell you, it's one of the brightest starts to a career that I can remember. He's certainly well positioned for that award.
Now here's Smart. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Irving. And stolen by Love. And here we go. Thomas heading to the hoop. Great D that time from Irving.
Well, defenders are in the area, and that's all it took to force him to change his release.
And KG, when you were bringing those greats together like you had in Boston, the intersection of you and Doc and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, all these guys together, everything was aligned.
But, you know, you got to go through something to be able to appreciate something. And I like to think that with the joining of myself and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce going to Boston, that we all had to have a journey up until that point and go through something and feel something and have something feel left out. We all was achieved when we all came together. Awards, countless all-star achievements. But then when it came to total winning and what we all do this for, we was all vacant. And that's what we all shared. And we all shared the same appetite for that, Kev.
Right. Appetite.
And I'm telling you, man, when we all got together, we all knew never to let each other down. And we all gave each other 100%.
What a time.
Well, defensively, Love is so hard not to foul. You know, really great at scoring from anywhere on the court.
Kevin, coming out of high school, you were relatively mature for your age, as 17 turning 18, but do you ever regret not trying college and just seeing what that experience would have been like? I mean, it's such a long time ago, but you've had some chance probably to get some perspective on both sides of that story.
You know what, Kev, I look at it like the unknown is the unknown. Obviously, I've had friends that went to college. Some of my best friends went to college, and I think I've kind of lived it through them a little bit. Listen, when you have responsibility early in life,
which you did,
which I did,
yes,
and you know, so from a mature level, things that interest me are not that interesting as you get older, especially when you have to deal with a vigorous schedule.
I ain't getting no credit for mid-range data.
I wasn't able to, you know, be the 17, 18-year-old to chill, have, you know, lean on the parents a little bit, be able to be at home, you know, coming home through the weekends. You know, I had a real life that I was responsible for, and I was growing something. I was building something. You know, I was trying to not just be a young player in our league, but a young businessman wanting to establish something for myself, my friends, my family. You can't do those things thinking like a normal 17, 18-year-old. You're taking pieces from grown men around you all the time. You're around people who need something all the time. At some point, you have to put all this together, and you have to make it work for you, and you have to put your spin on it for how it works for you and your brand. And you have to be innovative with that. You have to be creative with that. You have to have a vision.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider.
Yeah, Thompson not really the guy who's going to punish you consistently for sending him to the free throw line.
Hayward, left side. No good, shot missing. Good D by Thompson.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And Kevin, you played for some great coaches, but is there any coach you would have been interested to work with that just didn't get a chance to? Say, you know, Greg Popovich or Phil Jackson.
You know, those are great coaches. I've had very, very little time with those guys.
Maybe in all-star games and things like that.
I have. But, you know, when you do all-star games, you let yourself go. You know, you open up yourself to try to, you know, be there and be present with the guys. Yes. Open up, you know, hey, what's up? What's been up with you? How's the year for y'all? Y'all playing well. We're going to beat y'all when we see y'all, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, you're very cordial. And, you know, you're not talking too much about X's and O's, but you do share perspectives. You do share, you know, philosophies. Pop is a great mind. I had a chance to sit with him a couple times. Phil's a great mind. Phil is super deep and loves the philosophy of. I haven't had a lot of time with those guys. Doc Rivers, you know, shout out to Doc. And, you know, I know he doesn't get a lot for his philosophies, but he's very enriched with philosophies and styles and bringing teams together and trying to make sure that guys stay connected, stimulated. He would always tell us,
he hurt
with the process.
Wow, that's so intriguing. Interesting to hear. And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
No, obviously something that, you know, every player fears. The NBA has made player safety a priority, but injuries continue to happen.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Hayward. Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. And it's Rozier in for Irving. And Baines kicks to Rozier. Terry Rozier taken by the Celtics, 16th pick back in 2015. KG, some were surprised the Celtics had already some defensive-minded combo guards already in Avery Bradley and Marcus Smart, yet they took Rozier.
I like him, though. No better guards to learn from, you know, with Smart and Avery. And, man, to pass these Jews down to a young Rozier. Yes. Can you imagine, like, progression with this kid and that tenacity? You know, a lot of people don't know he has a little bit of offense to him, too, but naturally defensive, you see the natural ability
That's
right
his calling card right now, defense.
If I was him, I would lean on that.
Don't you love how physical Jaylen Brown is? This guy is not afraid to draw contact.
Second free throw, no good. And KG, so great to see you. It takes me back. It really does.
A lot of people don't know, man. We got real original ties, man.
Back to the beginning.
Buckets. Man, my original man right here.
Here he was, man. You were a thrill a minute, I'll tell you that.
Man,
a thrill a minute.
Now look at us. 21 years later, dog. Man, can you believe
We're still
this?
standing.
We are. They haven't caught on yet. Don't say anything.
Okay.
Keep it to me.
Okay. Lock at 6. Horford, good. And
What the heck?
You, Kobe, I mean Jordan,
Timmy,
yeah. How about him? They worked harder than anybody else, Kevin.
And what you learn is that
Hard as hell to get
similarity or the parallel that you all have is our inner animals that you never speak about. You know, we're all a little off. We're all a little dark, but that's what pushes you through pain. That's what pushes you through tough moments. When someone says you can't, when someone says this is not possible, this is unreal, no one's ever done it, that's the moment you're looking for. The moment someone told Colt that he couldn't get over 50, 60, something Jordan couldn't do, he was driven in that. If Phil wouldn't have stopped him, he probably would have reached 100 points.
He probably would have, yeah.
You know, he did Will Chamberlain a favor. And that's just real. He was in that type of mode. We all share that passion. We all share that drive. And the ones that have that inner darkness, we all understand.
It's like a split personality, huh?
It's almost like another level.
Yeah. Here's Brown, following the score by Derrick Rose. Picked by Horford. Brown kicks to Baines. Passes it to Rozier. Kevin, you were always known as wanting to play and always wanting to practice. You were a gym rat. What did you do when a coach would ask you maybe to take a breather? Let's sit out this game. Let's rest up. Would you welcome that? Would you just say, I'll let you know when I can't go? Or how would you handle that situation?
You know what? I've always asked the coach to respect the way I get ready for games. I've always asked him to respect the way I approach the game. I've always asked the coach to respect me and my expertise of knowing my body. I'm very, very vocal. Listen, if one person needs rest and it's me, I know how to raise my hand. I know how to say I need some rest. But, you know, I'm a person who likes to push through a lot of things. I'm a person who understands rest, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm a person who understands that practice makes perfect. And if I can work on something for as long as I can to make something better, because I know at the end when I need it, especially when I used to call it dial up. When I call, I need the answer.
A chance here to get a quick injury report. Now an update on Gordon Hayward
God.
David Aldridge. David, what'd you find out?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Celtics provided some information to us. He told me that he suffered a sprained toe. We're well into this season, and
How the hell you sprain a toe?
And that's going to make things much harder for them down the road. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Well, and barring any of those setbacks, Greg, I wouldn't be surprised to see him back ahead of the schedule they've laid out for him.
Celtics making a switch here. Larkin's checked in. Kevin, when you played, we all know how intense you were, how much you cared. That, to me, was the thing that you cared so much about the product, about your team, about the game. But some people have said that maybe there was a streak of you that was mean is maybe not the right word, but you were overly aggressive.
What the
I don't know how you could have played any differently than that.
I call it doubt.
Derrick Rose, I swear, if you play like this during the regular season, I'm coming to Cleveland and find you.
You know, I only know one way to
Go at it
accomplish
with
something.
gusto, right?
You go at it
On
with
my mama,
everything
G.
you have.
Yes.
You go to dominate it and take it over. You don't go at something lightly.
Can't walk through the park with this game,
not
can
at
you?
all, not at all. And this game is full of talented elites. Night in, night out, you're playing someone that can typically go for 50 easy.
So true. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. J.R. Smith's checked in for Smooth. Kevin, you accomplished everything individually as a teammate. Anything that you wish you would have done, any player that you wish you would have played with, any regret in that form that lingers with you in retirement?
No, nothing lingers. Obviously, you know, you sit back and think about I would love to play with Cole for a year or got to, team at least play in the U.S.
You had a chance to. Wasn't there like a rumor at one time?
Yeah, it was.
Maybe going to the Lakers?
Well, my connection with Paul was just the opportunity when I waited.
Yeah.
And it's what it was. But,
and you wouldn't have traded the Paul Pierce thing for anything?
No, I wouldn't have, because Paul and I are true brothers. The connection, and then the team, he, Ray, my connection with Doe and then Doc and all that. So I wouldn't have given that up for anything. But if I could have played with one person, it probably would have been Cole. Summertime, I say USA because that's when you get to play with each other and all that, and you get to kind of beat up on everybody else and be USA or whatever. So that would have been super fun. But it's all good. Shout to Mama, you know what it is. But I have no regrets, man. I left everything on the floor. I enjoy watching the game more than ever now, dog. I'm not even going to front. I enjoy popcorn, my little ritual.
Tom's getting fancy out here.
Yeah. Watch the game. I'm loving the game.
Yeah. Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Horford is out there with Tatum. And it's Irving at the point guard position. That's the Boston Five. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. And those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Kevin, when you're talking about influences, you mentioned Chris Webber's name a lot.
Yeah, C-Web.
Look at that.
Shut the crowd up.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Boston with a new 24. And count it, the shot is good. Go to the free throw line.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
The Celtics have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Regular season grind, 82 games in the regular season. In your opinion, is that the right amount of games for teams to play, or would you like to see the schedule shortened where there's more practice in between, more days of rest, more days to recuperate?
Man,
I swear, trying to get this badge is hard as hell.
Big smile on your face.
For the old school, Kev, 82 games is how you got to come through it. Listen.
It's a war, isn't it?
It is. And you know what? This is the tradition of it, man. This is what it is, bro. If you don't want to go through this and go through this hall and this road of this journey, then cool. Go to another league. They got shorter games. They got other awards that you can, This is the NBA. This is what it is. This is the grind of it. And ones that have come before you have done it, just like the ones that's after you is going.
Oh! Wow.
Sir,
isn't this what we've come to
upstairs
to do? Thomas effective spotting his teammates when they're open.
And KG, you're retired from the game now, and you're stepping into the broadcast business a little bit now, aren't you?
Man,
Yeah,
you
how do you like it? How do you like it?
You know what? Area 21 is something that is authentic. It's me. I'm having a great time watching the games. It's really cool being a fan now. I can root for people I want to root for. I don't have to worry about preparing and who I'm a guard and I'm getting the tea. So you know what? It's a great time. It's work. It's not just you go on there and you have a bunch of fun. We actually get some things done, and but we have a great time, man.
You're a natural.
Hey, Kev, listen, watching you, being around you, man, the great rest in peace to Craig. Ernie, Charles, all these great influences, man.
That's crazy.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy, Shumpert, but he can rise up and put on a show as well as anyone else in this league.
Kevin, what a lot of fans don't get to see is all the work players do behind the scenes at home, before games, after games, on off days. Can you talk a little bit about that? Getting your body ready from the end of one game to play the next game. I mean, I've seen it, but you talk about it.
Yeah, the wellness starts right after you stop playing.
It's like it's triple-double, it's a wrap.
Iced. You got to do progressions where right after the game you shower. Obviously, you got to get massages. You got to get some type of wellness on your legs just because you're running so much. People don't know that you have to lift weights. When we was in Boston, we lift every other day. We had a strenuous strength program. Shout out to Bidu. Brian Dew, who was our strength coach up there, never let us get a day off. And if you didn't lift weights, then we find you as a players. Players find you because it's important for you to come in here and be strong. We need everybody to be as strong as they can be. So you have to lift. And then actually, you practice, but after practice, you have to put time into your own personal game.
Right. So much goes into it. It's amazing. Stolen job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Tatum. 5 points in the game. Horford sets a screen for Tatum, doubled by Smooth. Tatum kicks to Horford, and stolen by Thomas. Adding a lot of flavor to the mix, Kevin Garnett. Kevin, thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure to join us again sometime.
Man, Kevin, it's always a pleasure, man. It's always great to see you, man. Anytime you need me, you holler at me, all right?
Future Hall of Famer and a terrific person, Kevin Garnett. And Doris, one of the things that really strikes me about KG, he's as smart as he is athletically gifted. What a treat to have him join us tonight.
Well, I'm in awe of his enthusiasm, and it's not just when he's talking, but when others are talking as well. There's so much life to the conversation. Everything he brought to the court for 21 years, he now brings to the booth.
Celtics trail by 9, inside, and slam dunk by Smart.
Yeah, guys, that takes vision and timing to put it on time and on target.
Here's Smooth. Oh!
Goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Picked by Horford. Here's Smart. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been hitting all these shots, they're still behind.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's there at 71 from the line this season, probably below where you'd like to see him.
Rozier, he's checked in for Boston. Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Rose comes in for Thomas.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Smart.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Puts it up from 12.
Green light.
And again, it goes in for him. Good shot from Smooth.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now, here is Irving. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Smart, wide open, he fires. And so it's Cleveland in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them.
Hey, Kevin, fast start. Already have a double-double in the first half. So do you think the defense is going to start to focus on you more in the second?
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter.
Y'all know.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change. He's got a double-double.
I'll tell you, he took over the game in that first half, Greg. They really have got to find a way to slow this guy down.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Thomas and Korver, the guard tandem. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. And it's Smooth in at the 3 slot. And you look at Marcus Smart, a career field goal percentage in the mid-30s. And yet, Doris, he's playing starters minutes for one of the best teams in the East.
I think, Kevin, sometimes a player will force you to look beyond the box score, right? Smart has a chance to be one of those no-stat stars. The advanced measures indicate this guy is one of the top guards in the NBA.
Baines dishes to Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. The offensive rebound.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
The Celtics, the #1 seed in the East last season, and then go ahead and get the #1 pick in the draft from their trade with the Nets. Doris, when was the last time you saw anything like that?
I think the one I can remember back in 1982 when the Lakers were coming off the championship and yet had Cleveland's #1 pick and took James Worthy. The Celtics this year end up trading down and getting Jason Tatum and another pick.
Oh, God.
Appear to be getting richer.
Karma.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge from the sideline.
Hey guys, well, Smooth in the last game against the Trailblazers was
Shout out Big Sauce.
He ended up with 59
New
points.
subscriber, appreciate you, man. Like I said, I got you after this.
Piled up rebound after rebound. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
Well, you do wonder, though, Greg, does he still have some of the adrenaline going from that performance? No matter how tired he is, he should have plenty of energy coming off that.
And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And boy, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
Boy, it's got to be so frustrating for him. As hard as he has worked, doing everything he can to help his team, just heartbreaking, Greg. They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Doubled by Smooth. Now here's Smart, guarded by Korver. They need this. Horford. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 8 points for Al Horford.
Wow, come on now. If Al Horford, if he's this close, the D is toast.
Here's Smooth. The shot that time, not on target. Now the Celtics take it the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And how about the effort that they put forth in that game, playing just lockdown D?
Well, you know what they say, defense wins championships, and they made a huge effort to shut them down.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
The screen from Thompson. Smooth passes to Thompson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
I tell you, if Tristan Thompson sets a hard pick, you will feel its impact.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
The screen from Thompson to the inside, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Hey!
And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 11 rebounds.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now Smart, 13 points in the game. Larkin in the corner, all alone. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
Moment here now for an injury report. Let's get an update on Irving. What's the status, David?
Hey, guys, the Celtics head athletic trainer gave me an update. They checked out his foot and it appears he may have sprained his toe on that play. Coming back tonight is not an option for him, and they are hoping he won't have to miss too much time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you for the update. I know we're all interested in what his status is.
And it might be a tough road back for him. I mean, but one thing's for sure, he will be back.
Well, we know this. The guy's a fighter. I'm sure nobody's more disappointed than he is to have to go through this. But I am sure this guy will work every day to get back as quick as possible.
And that one is hammered home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Larkin. He's guarded by Smooth, and Horford wide open. He shoots. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Smooth passes to Korver. Count that one. And now it's a 10-point Cavalier lead.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
Well, they seem to be taking control. There's no doubt about that. Quality shots on every possession with great execution.
Niggas talk during the game. Man.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Doris, you've interviewed so many great players and coaches. What are some of the key personality traits that stars seem to share?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like somebody who's either a lawyer or a doctor, right? They're always A-type personalities. They're competitive, they're perfectionists, they have great capacity for work. I don't think you make it to the NBA unless you're incredibly committed.
Well said. Stolen by Smart. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Brown kicks to Smart. Back to Brown. In the corner, Horford with it. Again, the miss by Horford.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Thompson right side. Outside Crowder. Here's Smooth. Rebound Boston. Horford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Crowder with the steal. And Thompson throws it down.
You know, he might not be the focal point on an offensive team, but Thompson knows how to get his numbers.
Horford with a screen on Thomas. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That way.
And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Cavaliers.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Tatum, he's checked in for Smart. Derrick Rose is checked in for Cleveland.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. They set the screen. Tice, and it's blocked. And
come on.
Play. It's not a clean block shot, instead a shooting foul, and we'll see free throws coming up right here. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And the Celtics making a change here. Baines is checked in. Here's Smooth, and he goes in for the dunk.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
Shot off the pick. Here's Baines, and there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
The initial miss was the best thing that could have happened to them. He was in absolutely perfect position for the putback.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Rozier. He's covered by Thompson.
Oh, my.
Turns out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a block, but the officials felt otherwise, so we'll see some free throws here. The Celtics have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Oh, my God.
That's good from Rozier. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
When you look at the Cavs bench, you certainly see a lot of veterans over there. LeBron wants teammates he can trust in the heat of the playoffs.
Celtics trail by 14. Tice, defended by Crowder. The dish now to Baines. There's the pick. Shot clock at 6. Shoots a 3. Tatum's shot is off. And LeBron trying to make the most of his championship window, Doris. But does the age of the Cavalier role players shorten that window, do you think?
Well, I think it's a great question. And you could look at a team like the San Antonio Spurs, and they put among their reserves young developing players, and that helps to extend their run. With the Cavs, it seems to be more of a now or never approach.
Well, Cavs coach Tyronn Lue grew up in the small town of Mexico, Missouri. He saw it all at a young age, good and bad.
Brown kicks to Rozier. Brown outside. Shoots over Wells, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That's foul number 2 for him. Cavaliers making a switch here.
They finally started setting me up.
So it's the Celtics now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Smart is out there with Brown. Then it's Tatum. Then there's Horford. That's the Boston 5. And that one drops. And Coach Tyronn Lue credits the influence of his hometown on teaching him how to live life.
All right, Kev, he says it taught him the things to do and the things not to do in life. He was straight as an arrow during his pro career. Never once got a technical in 11 years of playing. Quite remarkable.
You know, so many people were surprised at the Kyrie Irving trade, but throughout the decades, Boston's been unafraid to pull the trigger. I mean, they moved up to number 2 to draft the great Bill Russell, moving back to number 3 to draft McHale, add Parrish, assembling the big 3 for a championship, then dismantling that big 3 for all those unprotected picks. This is an organization that stops at nothing to try and win titles.
And Thompson gets it to go.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Yeah, I did it.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
The Cavaliers leading by 16.
You know, thinking about Kyrie's legacy here in Boston, this is a town that cares only about championships. That's how his contribution is going to be measured. And only time will tell if he can walk in the shoes of the greatest players to ever put on a Celtics uniform.
There's the screen. Baseline try. And Smooth pulls it down. Smooth's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Right side, Thomas. Love. And Love with a second chance points. Love's got 22 points.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And here's Smart. Here's Nader. Thompson with the rebound. Here's Smooth. Outside Thomas. And he connects with the jumper.
Well, you have to stay attached to Isaiah Thomas because in catch-and-shoot situations, this guy is ready to fire.
Here's Nader. And the pass to Brown. Picked by Horford. The 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Smooth's got his 16th rebound on the night. Thomas gets a wide open look, and the 3 ball is good. Thomas got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Isaiah Thomas has a great stroke. The guy can fill it up from downtown.
They set the pick. Here's Smart. And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Yeah, it looks like he's in real pain. Definitely a concern right now.
Well, these are the moments that can be gut-wrenching for him and his team, right? Anytime you see an injury like this, certainly your heart goes out to him and to his family.
And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
Well, you look at Smooth, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
Horford with the screen on Thompson. Larkin, the pass to Ojale. He dishes it to Larkin. Doris, some people are pushing for Holcomb Rucker to be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. What do you think are the chances of that happening?
You know, I think contributions to the game take many shapes and forms, Kevin, and obviously Rucker Park is one of the most identifiable places in the history of the game. If you're a city basketball player, you know Rucker Park. You tried to prove your bona fides there. So if the committee believes Mr. Rucker is worthy, I am all for it.
At the elbow, Horford. Pass to Larkin. Horford with a screen on Thompson. Larkin kicks to Horford. Here's Ojale. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Here's Smooth. No good there with the step-back J.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Well, you love how the ball is popping outside on the perimeter. It's being moved and finding the open man, and they're cashing in.
Pass to Ojale. And a miss there on the triple.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Smooth. Another shot, so the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Tristan is starting to develop a sense for how to find contact and working his way to the line.
And Tristan Thompson in the middle, a player, Greg, who understands his role.
He just plays hard and does the little things. Defense, rebounding, energy. When he's blocking shots and protecting the rim, he is one of the best bigs in our league.
Tatum, he's checked in for the Celtics. Picked by Horford. Larkin kicks to Tatum. He feeds it to Horford. And that one is off. Great D that time from Thomas. Lobbed up there for Love. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Knocked loose. Brown kicks to Tatum. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Here's Larkin. And Thomas over to help. Tatum kicks to Horford. Knocks down the 3-ball. Horford's got 14 points here in the second half.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense.
Oh,
God. Oh, that's an old-fashioned.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Here's Larkin. Brown with it, picked up by Thompson. And it's Brown missing. Here we go, one-on-one. They push it up, 4-on-3. Tatum with it, now guarded by Smooth. No one near him. The Cavaliers pull it in. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Tice, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Yabusele, he's checked in for Boston. Rozier comes in for Shane Larkin. Yours, who are some of the guys that surprise you with their toughness on a nightly basis in the NBA?
You know, you have to think historically, pound for pound in the history of the NBA, the toughest single guy was Allen Iverson. For me, the current iteration, and I'm not saying that Isaiah Thomas is Allen Iverson, they're drastically different players because Isaiah doesn't have that kind of athleticism that AI had early. But Isaiah at 5'9", to continually find his way into the paint, to be willing to attack the bigs, to absorb the kind of pounding he does, and get himself into the MVP conversation, Kevin, really, that was incredible.
LeBron probably takes, for a guy his size, you think he can dish it out. I'm telling you, I think he gets whacked all the time.
I think, Kevin, this is the single hardest guy in the NBA to officiate today, and frankly, I do not believe LeBron James goes to the foul line as much as he deserves.
Well said. Time now for an injury report.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Celtics provided some information to us. It's not what anyone wanted to hear, as it sounds like it's a severe injury. He's not going to return to this game, and unfortunately, it looks like he could be out for a while, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And our hearts go out to him. The guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed.
Dishes to Tatum. Doris, I've heard you talk often about instituting a play clock from the very beginnings of someone learning the game of basketball.
Kevin, I think this is absolutely critical to the future of the game of basketball here in the United States, because the Europeans right now, from the formative stages, from the youngest someone picks up the game of basketball, play under duress of the shot clock. And the reason that's important is you must be a three-tool player to play under duress of the shot clock, meaning you've got to be a triple threat. You've got to be able to pass it, dribble it, and shoot it. And to do that with the pressure of a shot clock leaning in on you from those earliest moments is significant. And I know I have the backing of guys like R.C. Buford and Rick Carlisle. They believe, more important than me, intelligent basketball people believe that in the United States, we must institute a shot clock from the time guys and young women pick up the game.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Cavaliers.
Great, generous ball movement tonight, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with one game left against this squad.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Smooth.
Boy, I have loved this guy's energy all night. There was never a point in which he let up. The triple-double evidence of the kind of effort and skill he has.
Here's Nader, defended by Jefferson. The shot by Nader, no good. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Smooth passes to Wells, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
Here's Yabusele, defended by Jefferson. Passes to Ojale, beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Fry. Here's Smooth. Shoots. Misses the shot. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
Just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Damn.
Thank you, Kevin. Another triple-double tonight. So is this something you're planning to do all season?
As often as I can. I feel like when I'm able to.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.
I get it. DJ Fire. Yeah, I better get some before it's too hot. You want some, boo-boo? I'm good, man.
Thanks for the people watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. I'm looking at the chat, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. How y'all like 2K so far? I was about to say 2K, don't start this mess.
Yo, what's up, man?
All right, DJ, let's get some shots up. Here's what we're gonna do.
Mid-range dead eye only maxes out to be silver.
Great way to end it, DJ.
Next time, man. Next time.
Okay, cool.
everyone, bring it in. Got a lot to cover today.
If we can improve our shooting percentages, we stand a better chance at winning games.
Coaches, set up the drill. Let's get it, fellas.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Had to.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Come on, watch that!
Hey, Cooley.
Shot, shot, shot! Someone get on him!
Go.
Hey, get on him.
That's how you do it.
All right, move it, move it. All right, here we go.
Focus, focus!
Dang it.
Hey, whose man is this? Watch out!
That's money, DJ.
House it.
Way to grab it!
All day, DJ.
See you later.
All right, DJ, let's get to work. Now, here's what we're gonna do.
Focus, focus! Oh, right here! Let's do it! Come get it, come get it!
Now we're rolling.
How's that not green?
Hey, he can ball, huh?
Let's go. That's how you finish strong.
Hey, hit me up.
All right, DJ, let's get to work. Now, here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Shut up. Shut up. 1, 2.
Why did he not bring?
Who got ball?
Why did he not bring? Bruh.
All right, let's go. No more dilly-dally.
Hey, hit me up.
Hey, from the
what you
corner
working
ain't bad.
There's my return customer of the year.
Yo, what's up, man?
How'd that juice treat you the other day, my dude?
Bro, it was amazing. I mean, he gave me a boost like I had never felt before.
spiked
The game
that
was crazy,
No
man.
doubt.
Yo, you gotta give me another one.
Listen,
See? Let them
I
put
call
crack
this
in
one
it.
the Rick Morty, okay? It's acai berry, turmeric for power, bee pollen for protein, and almond juice. Guards against putrefaction and helps keeps the zombies from sensing you, if you know what I mean.
$100 say he don't
I
even
have
know what
no
that
idea
mean.
what you mean, but that, man, you did it again. All right, bro.
Namaste, DJ.
Namaste,
Stay, my man.
Hey, good to see you.
All right, DJ, let's get to work. Now, here's what we're gonna do.
Get it started, man. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's do it.
Come on, box him out, man.
All day, DJ. Okay, guys, get back to work.
See you later.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports.
Our older brother low-key look like
Tonight
Shaq.
we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they have been a team on a mission this season. Best record in the NBA. We're getting deep into the schedule now, and they continue playing dominant basketball. So often we talk about players we'll get to see on the floor, but Shaq, you had a chance to speak with a player in tonight's game you met up with.
What the hell? Oh no. Remind me of that scene in Get Out. Got the goop.
And that is what we in the security business call total protection.
Stay woke. That was cringe. We staying away from that nigga. Swell.
Oh, say does that.
We are live from Amway Center for an Eastern Conference
Shouts out
contest
to
with
the
the
people
Magic
in
in
NFL
Orlando.
protesting
Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA
national
basketball
Respect,
on
yeah.
2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and nothing tips.
Well, Kevin.
Thanks to Yang. Clearly, Thompson knows his role on this team. Got to admire how hard he goes on the glass. For a young player, Clark, it's adjusting to the speed of the NBA and the length of the schedule. So how do you power through that rookie wall? How do you survive that?
Well, there's no magic formula, Kevin. You just have to stay the course because it comes in different times for different players. For me, it was after about 60 games. I was a starter playing 34, 35 minutes a game. So it was a combination of fatigue and just getting used to 2.5 times more games than I had ever played in my career. So you fight through it, stay with your habits, stay with your preparation, and eventually you find your legs.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. And it's Smooth in at the small forward. Gordon a screen. Over Love. There's the triple. Isaac misses. And the Cavaliers with possession here. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Smooth. And Vucevic pulls it down.
Certainly not the great start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
Payton kicks to Fournier. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Fournier's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's Fournier's specialty, the long-distance bomb that really hand-ties defenses.
Love with the screen on Gordon. Here's Smooth. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
To the paint. Here's Vucevic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Find out how to request a trade on this
and you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more, we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic, who fits that description.
Fight that man.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
And Orlando coach Frank Vogel, an assistant coach and advanced scout for about a decade before his first head job with the Pacers, did a terrific job. He helped turn the Pacers into a powerhouse.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Smith against Fournier. Pass to Gordon. Magic moving the ball around. Payton kicks to Vucevic. Thomas with the steal. Passes it to Smooth. Launches it. It's hauled in by the Magic. And the Pacers made the playoffs 5 out of 6 seasons under Coach Vogel. A conference best 56 wins in 2014.
Yeah, and I was there during some of those wonderful runs. And for many, it was a surprise to see the Pacers look in a different direction. But it is the nature of the business for head coaches, and the former general manager, president with the Pacers, felt like it was just time for a change. So Frank Vogel's in Orlando, has some talented pieces, and now it's just about trying to make those pieces fit. And, you know, that pass wasn't deflected or anything, Kevin. Don't see that often, an unfortunate, unforced turnover.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway.
Oh, man.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Vucevic with the block.
And you know, with Vucevic, as is the case with all shot blockers, it's about timing. And how can you bait that shooter into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
Out to the right wing. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. Well, you look at Smooth, third in assists and a great leader.
And doing a great job of finding his teammates, just making some highlight reel passes these past few weeks.
Yeah, he's been making every kind of pass you can imagine. Spectacular, simple, plain, in the half-court set, in transition. Kids dropping dimes at a high rate in every way possible. And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
Hits it from three-point range.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. The Magic have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Payton outside. Pass to Vucevic. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 5 assists in the game.
And Vucevic is a guy who constantly keeps defenders guessing when he has the ball deep in the post. Just an excellent finisher at the rim.
Back to Thomas. Smith the pass to Smooth. Screen by Smith. It's deflected.
What a wingspan Isaac has. I mean, this guy is incredible at denying shots, and he loves to do it.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Cavaliers.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And 12 points for Smooth.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
From past the arc, Isaac misses. Cavaliers have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Here's Smooth. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
Fournier gets a wide open look. Good on the three-point shot. Fournier's got a couple of threes now in the first for Orlando.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat-out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
The shot's good from Smooth.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Picked by Vucevic. To the inside. Gordon. And the second chance effort by Gordon.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Smooth, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA.
And also, I love their work on the boards. I mean, they put multiple bodies in the paint. Truly a team effort, and that's why they're the best in the league.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Terrence Ross comes in for Isaac. Simmons checked in for Evan Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Payton. And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lob pass to Gordon. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
Orlando's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Augustine in the corner. Rose with the double team. And Augustine kicks to Simmons. 5 on the clock. Here's Ross. And no good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. And the Magic benefiting from multiple first-round picks this summer. They needed the help.
Yeah, they did, and they need a big hit in the draft. I mean, they've lacked star talent, and we know this is a talent-driven league. Either you develop stars or you pull them into your fold. They've got to find some difference makers. There's no doubt about that.
Augustine with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston.
And it was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there. Augustine making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
They get the rebound. Love. No good with the layup.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
And here's the fast break. Wells leading the way. There's the pass to Smooth. Over Ross. Here's Smooth. Back to Love. A second chance effort. They get it back. And that one, good.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
And Augustine kicks to Ross. No good with the triple. The Cavaliers trailing to the right side. Here's Smooth. In the game against Boston, very impressive.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Inside, here's Gordon. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Aaron Gordon is no pushover, far from it. I mean, with the ability to knock down shots despite contact, this young fella's impressive.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. For Orlando, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. On the court for Cleveland, Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. Thompson is out there with Smooth, and it's Korver in at the small forward position. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Great appreciation for Ross. Never afraid of going into the contact on the way up. Well done.
And both free throws good for Ross.
Well, last season, LeBron very outspoken, saying the Cavs were too top-heavy. The Irving trade has brought them some much-needed depth.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Smooth in the last game against the Celtics looked like he was on a mission. He ended up with 47 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. I mean, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Greg, something really stoked his fire. Man, there was no holding him back. And when a player is that locked in, you just got to sit back and enjoy the ride.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Orlando. And now Orlando on the break. Here's Fournier. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Fournier's got the lead up to 4 now for the Magic.
And Fournier's teammates trust him when he fires the pull-up jump shot. I mean, the defense cannot afford to lay off of him or they're cooked.
Smooth. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
And you talk about the depth for the Cavs. Crucial when facing a team like the Golden State Warriors. If everything comes together, I think there's a chance their trade with Boston might give them a better shot at winning it all.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Payton kicks to Fournier. Gordon a screen. Now Ross, 5 points in the game. Clock at 6. And it's Vucevic missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Clark, some great players who can score no matter the situation. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best finishers right now in a congested lane and a lot of traffic?
Well, there's only one guy on this list for me. I've never seen anybody do the contorting and the finishing from multiple angles against all size of defender that Kyrie Irving does. He is head and shoulders above any other finisher in the league, in my opinion. Nobody has done it like that guy does.
Here's Fournier. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Smooth. Here's Korver, and he hits it to tie the game up. Korver's got his first points of the night.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Vucevic. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper.
And throughout his career, you like to see this in a player. Vucevic has worked on expanding his range. Now he has a very reliable stroke from the mid-range area.
Orlando's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Payton kicks to Vucevic. Gordon a screen. Now here's Ross, defended by Smooth. Second shot opportunity, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. The Magic have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Good on the second free throw.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Charity stripe shot. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And it's Gordon missing. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Here's Smooth. 25 points in the game.
You know, he's yet to hit another 3 after nailing one in the first, but I don't think that's going to stop him from shooting.
Fournier dishes to Gordon. Kicks to Ross. Vucevic setting the pick for Ross. To the inside. Rejected by Smooth. For the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Smooth's got the game tied up here for the Cavs.
And there's typically going to be some space when you're out in transition and you do just kind of venture out to that three-point line.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Well, the effort plainly was not there. I mean, they often settled for tougher, lower percentage shots, and that makes it hard to win.
Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Terrence Ross. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Shumpert's checked in. Payton with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Payton passes to Vucevic. It's Fournier on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And Vucevic kicks to Simmons. Magic moving the ball around. Picked by Vucevic. 5 to shoot. For 3, Fournier. Rebound by Smith. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Thomas gets a wide open look and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. There's Gordon with the 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. And you look at Aaron Gordon, one of those culture setters. Unselfish, defensive-minded. And Clark, he's a worker.
Yeah, he is that. And he also is very impressive going back to the 2014 draft in the interview process. Made quite an impression. Very precocious young man. A little bit ahead of his time and maturity when you talk about his age now. Stays grounded, even-keeled. This guy knows who he is and where he wants to go.
Second free throw, no good. Greg, it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least one championship by the year 2030. And I got to say, that's an interesting quote, to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term.
Well, you know, as the NBA continues to change, Nikola Vucevic is an interesting case study. He's got the skill level for today's game, but the question is, does he have the mobility? He's not that quick of foot, and that's been problematic for him.
Here's Smooth, and he lays it straight in. Smooth's got 31 points. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. No one near Payton as he lets it go. They grab their own miss, and it's Kevin Love with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Magic have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. And more than ever before, the NBA requires big men to cover a lot of ground. Vucevic looking to keep up.
Yeah, Vucevic, I think, is really a terrific rebounder and passer, and you can see all of his positives. He can score on the block and make the three-point shot. I think it's just a matter of him consistently tying all of that together.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. And I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Smooth, sweet little floater. Smooth's got 35 in the game.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Augustine dishes to Spates. He kicks it to Simmons. Feeds it to Vucevic over Love. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Simmons. Vucevic has got 10.
What a game. This lead just keeps going back and forth.
Extremely competitive, partner, no question about it. Good stuff.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a huge scoring night for you so far. Where did all this offense come from?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So the third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. And it's Simmons in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Shoots it up. Fournier's shot is off.
And the defense that time was late, and you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
There's the feed to Thomas. Smith for 3. Orlando grabs the miss. Gordon's got rebound number 5 here tonight. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM, and he even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Again, the miss by Smith.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Cleveland gets called for the foul. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin? There are a couple of things. The athleticism. The real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
Drills the three-pointer.
And Smith loves pulling up from 3. Never scared to fire when he's out beyond.
And Thomas over to help. A 3 from Simmons. Drains it from beyond the arc. Simmons got 7.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
It's Vucevic, top of the key. Doubled by Smooth. Shoots from the elbow. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. It's stolen by Vucevic. And now Isaac running the floor all by himself. That one drops for him.
Persistence pays, Kevin. Love seeing Isaac stay with the play like that, using his height and the high release on those nice finishes.
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the length of a center and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, of Brandon Ingram, and now Isaac.
And the story for Jonathan Isaac. As a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skill, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard that had a nice growth spurt. I think his name was Anthony Davis.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Smooth. Rebound by the Magic. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
Smith the pass to Smooth. Back to Smith for the tie. And no good that time. The Magic go the other way with it. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And out of bounds, the Cavaliers will take it.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Jefferson's checked in for Cleveland. Here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Smooth. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And the Cavs over the last few seasons setting records when it comes to three-pointers made.
And really, they did a...
And you know, it's clear that Gordon is one of the best dunkers in the game. Always looking to bring the thunder.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. The shot, no good. The dish now to Payton. To the middle, here's Vucevic. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Now it's a 5-point Magic lead.
Boy, I love the way Peyton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot. You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you like to out there.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Terrence Ross comes in for Aaron Gordon. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Elfrid Payton.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Well, he has been today, no doubt about that. His effort's been unbelievable.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
And Augustine kicks to Ross. Spates sets a screen. It's Fournier on the wing. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Thompson. One-on-one here. Here's Smooth. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. The Cavaliers, number 1.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
And Cleveland making a change here. Wells is checked in. Another shot. He lays it in. Spates has got 5 now.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Smooth passes to Rose. Here's Smooth. And when you look at this Magic team with their talent, what should their identity be?
Well, I think it should be up-tempo, defensive-oriented. They've got really good athletes, and defending at a high level with that kind of athleticism is doable, and I think would lead to easier offense. And that's what I think they have to foundation themselves on.
And Fournier kicks to Ross. Pass to Isaac. Baseline J on the way, and it's Orlando with another.
And that's where Ross has been most efficient, raining it off the catch. Love it.
And the basket is good. 48 points for Smooth.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
To the inside, and stolen by Fournier. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's rebounded by Jefferson. Cleveland's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Orlando leading. Ross with a wide open look. The Magic again can't hit. Here's Smooth. He gets it in there. Smooth's got 50 points. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Ross dishes to Spates. Over Thompson. And the shot falls short this time. Cleveland's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. And here's Rose outside. Drops in the tray. Rose has got 9.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Magic trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Isaac. Over Smooth. Count that one from Isaac. Isaac's got 4 points now in the quarter.
and Isaac takes no time getting his shot off. He's got a lethal, quick release.
To the right side. Another three for Cleveland.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Spates, the pass to Augustine. Back to Spates. There's a screen. And here's Fournier. 16 points for him. Shot clock at 2. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Smooth, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Clark, when you were playing, what was your game day routine like?
Well, it was simple. I didn't complicate things, Kevin. I tried to get a good meal, was just beginning to learn how to eat properly and best for my body. And then I would always try to get an hour to 2 hour pregame nap. That goes all the way back to high school. I enjoyed just getting off my feet. Sometimes I would fall asleep completely. Other times I would just kind of drift into a light sleep. But just having that routine of resting before games was part of how I got ready to try to serve the other guys up.
Shot by Crowder, no good. The Magic trail by 7. Doubled by Smooth. To the paint. Wells with the steal. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And that one, good. Wells has got 5 now. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. Great pass that time by DJ Augustine.
Here's Smooth. He's guarded by Fournier. Smooth's shot is off. And here comes Augustine leading the fast break. Fournier in the corner. He tries for 3. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Here's Smooth. He feeds it to Wells. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Shumpert is checked in for Smooth. Here's Payton. On the court for Cleveland. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Smooth in at the 3 slot. Stolen by Thompson. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Thomas is running. That shot off. The Magic have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Ross in the corner. Fires from deep. They get the rebound. Here's Vucevic. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is one of the most aggressive and best rebounders in the association.
To the middle to halt the run. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
Ross in the corner. Shoots the 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. And the Magic lead by 4.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Smooth lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Smooth's got 54 points.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Here's Gordon, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you talk about the league's premier athletes, and Aaron Gordon has to be on your list. I mean, incredible dunks in the 2016 dunk contest, and his in-game dunks are ridiculous.
And coming out of Arizona, Aaron Gordon seen as sort of a mini Blake Griffin. Not maybe as strong, but he's that kind of finisher.
Well, certainly can see some similarities and understand the comparison, but they are different players. But I think that Aaron Gordon can be better than Griffin defensively. He's got great mobility, tremendous bounce, and he's got the motor you like to see in a defensive player. If he can get his jump shot going, I think he'll be a star.
Smith against Fournier. Elbow shot. But they recover it.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Ross for three. Drains the three-pointer. Ross has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Orlando.
Man, I like the three-point stroke of Ross. Gets it off so effortlessly. Man, he's got terrific form.
Goes up, and Ross with the slam.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Smooth. He's guarded by Ross.
Oh, that's just an emphatic throw down there.
That one reverberated throughout the building.
No soft stuff out of this guy.
Dishes it to Fournier. Ross on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Payton against Thomas. The shot by Payton, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Inside. Thomas, that's good. Thomas got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Payton kicks to Ross. Tries from 16. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Love outside. Here's Smooth. He's guarded by Ross. Fires for 3. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
He dishes it to Fournier. Gordon a screen. Smith against Fournier. Here's Vucevic. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And hasn't had as many opportunities at the line as he did in that first half.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Magic?
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well. Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he plays with no fear, and he certainly knows how to put the ball in the basket.
Now here's Ross. D right on him. Gets the bucket and the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Smooth. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 5 assists tonight.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Now here's Ross. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Good work defensively by Crowder. The 11-footer, and Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 13 with that last one. And the basket by Gordon.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Thomas passes to Smooth. Passes it to Crowder. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Vucevic.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So he comes up empty at the line. Magic leading by 8. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
You know, one of the things that jumps out at you immediately when you look at Peyton is his size. I mean, he's a 6'4" point guard who knows how to use his body and skill set to his advantage.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. Thomas passes to Smooth. Down low, here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
Vucevic's screen on Thompson. Here's Peyton. It's blocked by Smooth, and he's able to get it back. And they get it back. Crowder with the steal.
Not completely over, but it's getting close.
Yeah, this one is ready to be put on ice. Not a whole lot they can do from here.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instinct grade to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
And Fournier kicks to Peyton, takes a 3. That doesn't go either for Peyton.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Two-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're trailing by 5. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Whatever it is, got to be fast. I mean, can't waste any time at this point.
Smooth passes to Thompson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he is unable to get the second one. Here's Smooth. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Got a piece of it. And so it's Orlando winning this one. It was up for grabs right in the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has. What had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Hey, great game, DJ.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. That's what you say? We lost.
Yeah, but I was...
Yeah, no buts. You had a good game, fine, but we lost. So you still lost. Your stat line tonight was perfect.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was, but we lost. Which means I lost, which means you lost. Hey, I'm all about the stats. I mean, I watch my own clips on YouTube, but I do that at home. When you're here, it's what happens with us, not you.
What's wrong with him?
You mad? Great game, though.
Yeah, I like this, man.
Nice and quiet out here, ain't it?
Yeah.
Listen, I know how stressful the season is. Just trying to give you a way to relieve it.
Appreciate you, bro.
Anytime.
How long you been doing this for?
Been fishing since I was like 2. That's how me and my dad bond.
Hey, I heard you got invited to MJ's golf tournament.
Yeah, that's gonna be off the chain. Definitely going to there.
Can I go with you?
Nah.
All right.
Bruh.
No +1.
Hey, good to see you.
All right, DJ, let's get to work. Now, here's what we're gonna do.
Effort.
Hey, hit me up.
All right, DJ, let's get everyone over here and get started.
Focus! Focus!
Yo, set it up. Ball, huh? Hey, oh, man!
One more.
Who's got that guy?
Let's go. That's how you finish strong.
Hey, hit me up.
All right, DJ, let's get everyone over here and get started.
Focus! Focus!
Hey, heads up. Let's go. Let's do it.
All day, DJ. Just like that. All right, let's go. No more dilly-dally. Yeah, I see you doing work.
What's up, Brian? Said you have something for me?
I do indeed. Here you go.
Nice, man.
Hashtag cats. Hashtag hilarious. Hashtag why do they hate cucumbers?
It's a good ass question.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And you remember when LeBron first came back to Cleveland, there were some growing pains. Things didn't gel right away. But this is a team that knows what it's doing now, Kenny.
Well, it only took them about 2 months, honestly, Ernie. I mean, they went to the NBA Finals, so, yeah, the best in the East. These guys, LeBron, any team he's on, he's kind of like the Shaquille O'Neal of his day. Any team that he's on is going to be favored to win the NBA championship.
Well,
and I'm not kissing up to him because he's sitting on the other side.
Well, thank you, Kenny. But players like Kevin Love, they're adapted to the new roles. You have to give a lot of credit to the front office, too, finding role players that fit. Thank you for the compliment, Kenny.
Oh, I mean, truth is truth, man.
That's it for us here as we send you to Kevin Harlan, the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I love you guys, too.
It's a love.
But it's a one-way love.
Thank you.
Whoa, boo-boo, what are you doing? I'm giving you a leg up. The other team smells you wearing cologne and gets them guessing. Why is he wearing cologne?
Oh, that's good thinking. Let me get a hit. Ah, that cheap stuff.
Yeah, you feel me?
I'm feeling you.
Same. Y'all go out and bring home the win.
No doubt.
Well, look at here. Isn't it the new prom king in town?
Carl Anthony Towns. What's up, man? I heard about you.
Man, I heard about you, too.
Yeah, man. You got any advice for a youngin' in the league?
Just don't go in the paint. I'll be there.
Oh, you'll be there?
Don't worry about it.
All right, well, I'm coming for you, bro.
You coming? All right.
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
Bet. Make sure you recognize.
I'm gonna meet you down there, bro.
I'll see you there.
Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in Minneapolis. A gorgeous scene. It's the Timberwolves in Minnesota for a little interconference action here at the Target Center. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brett. And let's go straight.
Well, guys,
great to hear that, D.A. Thank you. Thomas plays with real passion. You can tell he loves playing the game. Tonight, a matchup between two great teams. Certainly potential playoff ramifications down the road. Brent, what extra importance does this game have, do you think, if any?
Well, sometimes, Kevin, in matchups like this, coaches aren't concerned with what it is that they know. They'd like to get to the unknown. So there may be some rotations that we'll see tonight that are a bit different than what we saw in matchups in the past, for coaches to expose their players to that opponent and their style of play. That could pay dividends if they do match up come playoff time.
So the Timberwolves win the tip. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. Thomas is out there with Iman Shumpert, and it's Smooth in at the 3 spot. Cleveland with the ball. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover. Just not their best effort.
You could see the coach trying a few different rotations in that game, shaking things up, trying to get something going, but nothing was working.
Butler from outside. Timberwolves working now with the new shot clock. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Gibson the screen. Here's Towns. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Kept alive, Minnesota. Shots good by Gibson.
Yeah, I'm sure the scouting report had something like put a body on Taj Gibson. That time the defense did not.
Thomas passes to Smooth. And he dunks it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Towns against Thompson. Fires from 14. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here's Smooth. Rebound by Butler. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to New Orleans.
Just didn't like the energy level in that one, and that offensive execution also was lacking.
Now, they made a few shots, Greg, but just wildly inconsistent.
The pass to Smooth. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Wiggins with some nice D. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Smooth. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Well, I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Wiggins outside. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Wiggins has got himself on the board with 3 there.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
Step back and squared up. And it's 6 points for Smooth.
Man, he's shooting the ball very well, in addition to creating for both himself and his teammates out there on a roll.
To the paint, stolen by Thompson. Stolen by Thompson.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Teague dishes to Towns. He feeds it to Wiggins. Back to Towns. Towns is doubled. A three-pointer. Wiggins buries it from three-point range. Wiggins has got a couple of threes now in the first for Minnesota. The Cavaliers trailing. Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're improved how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
Here's Smooth. will not go. This is off the front iron and out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. And this is a good time to show you some of the league's most disruptive defenders over the past month, the steal leaders at the small forward. Well, you look at Smooth, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
And with the kind of defense he plays, it really gives his team someone to lean on at that end of the floor.
The Cavaliers trail by 5.
Thompson doing a good job looking for his teammates, using his size to see over the defense.
T kicks to Towns. Wiggins passes to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Towns has got 7 points in the game. Love outside. Pass to Smooth. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
T kicks to Towns. Pass to Wiggins. Towns against Thompson. Wiggins from outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Well, even though he missed, you like seeing him taking that kind of shot. The defense must be better. Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Towns, the screen. Stolen by Thomas. Drops in the breakaway layup. Thomas got his first points of the night.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
Here's Wiggins, plenty of space. Nice form on the 20-footer. He's got 8.
That was like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
Smooth's shot is off. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Wiggins kicks to Teague. Floats it up for Wiggins. Thompson with the rebound.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
Yeah, sometimes the easy play is the right play. You take a chance when you go for that big finish.
Goes back up. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Butler. Thomas against T. He dishes it to Towns. The feed to Wiggins. Stolen by Thomas. And pushing it up is Cleveland again in transition.
Got to admire how well Love is playing on the offensive end, realizing that one of his teammates is open, so get him the ball.
Timberwolves have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. In the corner, Gibson with it. Shot from the wing. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. Brent, each coach has his strengths and they've got weaknesses, but if you needed someone to drop a play to get you 1 bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So yes. I could get James Harden to the line. And then 1 LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside, Jones kicks it to Towns, feeds it to Muhammad. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Yeah, lots of points early, and the game plans on both sides, at least offensively, working to perfection.
Fires, high post. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Outside, Jones. He kicks to Towns. Crawford is screen on Fareed. Back to Towns. Some solid defense from Fareed.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Here's Smooth, using his post move to get the 2 points. Now it's a 6-point Cavalier lead.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Jones dishes to Muhammad. Towns the screen. And Muhammad kicks to Crawford. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Jang, no luck.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Man, it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
The shot by Muhammad. Nobody around. No good from the wing. Crowder against Jang. Here's Smooth. Sinks the three-pointer. Smooth's got 25 points in the game.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
No good on that one.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Here's Smooth. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Muhammad. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Wide open. Smooth shot is off.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player, and if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, you've got a huge advantage.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Cleveland, Derrick Rose is out there with Wells. Then there's Smooth. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Fareed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Smooth in the last game against the Magic had a huge game. He had 64 points and did a great job locking down on defense. And, of course, found his teammates in open space. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it. And he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
The Cavaliers leading by 18.
Jamal Crawford, the guy who has won multiple Sixth Man of the Year awards, and the guy that comes off the bench and provides you with some instant offense, ready to shoot and certainly ready to shake a defender with those incredible handles.
Smooth shot is off. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Thomas against Teague. Wiggins passes to Teague. Lets it go with a three. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Teague. Teague's got 6 assists here tonight. Cleveland's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. And for Crawford, it's a luxury to bring him off the bench.
Well, Jamal Crawford is not a high percentage shooter, but with that volume shooting, you know he has the opportunity to impact the game, coming in and scoring and getting buckets. There are a lot of people who really enjoy watching Jamal Crawford come in, putting the ball on a string and making scoring sometimes look easy.
And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
Wiggins with it, now defended by Smooth. Towns the screen. Teague for 3. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Cavaliers.
And their offense centered around the three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could. And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you...
Oh!
No way.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
And the Cavs just have ruled the Eastern Conference since LeBron returned home to Cleveland back in 2014. Still, the field seems to be tightening up just a bit. Last year, the Boston Celtics overtook them for the #1 seed. And there's some contenders emerging out here.
Towns, no luck. Cleveland leading by 19. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And good that time. And that's now 30 points for Smooth.
He keeps finding great shots out there, and the opportunities are turning up roses.
And Brent, you think about some of the star players that have changed hands and will change hands. Which teams do you think are just a move away from giving the Cavs a run for their money in the East?
Well, the conversation starts in the Northeast with the Boston Celtics, who ended up last year with the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, slipping past Cleveland late in the year. And the other one I might look at is what the Washington Wizards are able to do if they can add something to the Bradley Beal-John Wall combination, a third option that can play with some dynamic post play and perimeter scoring. That makes them extremely dangerous.
Outside Teague. There's 10 seconds left in the second quarter. The dish to Wiggins. Over Smooth. And the shot falls short this time. It's not going to go for him. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far...
Thank you, Kevin. Another quick start here in this first half. What has been the key the last few games?
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could. And boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Well, it's one thing to drive, but it's another thing to drive and dunk. So let's see if he can keep that going here in the third.
Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. And it's Towns in at the 5 spot. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Thomas, that's good.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Pass to Towns. Over Thompson. Towns, no luck.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Dishes to Wiggins. No good on that one. Good D by Love.
They look frustrated, 0 for 3. Not how you want to start the third quarter.
Here's Smooth. Out to Shumpert. Outside Thomas. The jump hook. Smooth shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Wiggins kicks to Teague. And there's the pass to Gibson. And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. 90 seconds now into the second half. Outside Teague, just 5 on the clock. Here's Butler. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Yeah, maybe the halftime cut into some of that rhythm they had in the first half. So far, 0 for 4 to start the second half.
Here's Wiggins. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And still varying opinions out there of what Andrew Wiggins can and can't do. But one thing that's indisputable, he's an incredible scorer. Whether half-court transition, he can flat out fill it up in a hurry.
And Wiggins, his young career just getting better and better at scoring, Greg, while increasing his workload.
Yeah, and very few scorers can do that, especially from that 2-guard spot. Wiggins has that special talent where he can flat out carry an offense. Scary to think that this is a kid who is just scratching the surface.
Butler with the ball, picked up by Thompson. Butler dishes to Towns, over Shumpert, and Towns the bucket on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists tonight.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Here's Smooth. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Towns the screen. Outside Teague. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And while Teague certainly looks for his shot often out there, he also possesses strong handles and a good passing ability.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Brent, the last team you played for, the Houston Rockets. Your dad, your older brother John, also played for the Rockets. What's this connection between the city of Houston and the Barry family?
I've asked them that same question in Houston, and I even talked to Daryl Morey about putting a Barry graveyard across the street where it is that all 3 of us, our career had ended. I'd love to see a tombstone over there with Rick, John, and Brent.
Well, it'd be...
Maybe we'll add a few more to it, Kevin.
Well, the way you played there, the way you played your career, and your family played, obviously you've set a standard in the league. But that was an interesting stop that you all were there at one time.
I think it's crazy that we all ended in Houston, though.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It is.
3 careers ending with one organization.
Isn't that something?
Weird.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. Here's Smooth. Muhammad covering. Here's Smooth.
Whoa!
You saw that.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Stolen by Fareed.
Ooh. Okay.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
6 to shoot. Here's Butler. Rebounded by Fareed. Fareed's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Muhammad grabs the board.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
He feeds it to Towns. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Crowder. Here's Smooth. Knocks down the step-back J. Smooth's got 45 points.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
Towns, the screen. And Muhammad kicks to Towns. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Jay Crowder. The Timberwolves have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8. Such an adjustment for young players drafted into the NBA, managing money, being accountable to your teammates, to the many things that tug and pull on you. Brent, can the league do anything more to help them through this sometimes uncomfortable process?
I think the league does a great job, Kevin, of addressing these things, not only the NBA, but certainly the Players Association in terms of educating the players. To me, Kevin, as an ex-player, though, the biggest responsibility falls on the veteran players of that team to take a young player under their wing, to watch what it is that they're doing socially, and to make sure that they set them up for success off the court.
Minnesota calls timeout. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
Well, they'll meet twice this season. Tonight, the first matchup, so hard to know exactly what to expect.
Offensive rebound. Towns. It's deflected. Rose passes to Smooth. And he slams it down right on top of Karl Anthony Towns.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, the crowd got in here tonight and sat down, and that's where they stayed all night long, extremely poised, which has led to a monster lead.
And Fareed comes to help. Towns, the screen. Deep 2 from Crawford. Misses off the right iron.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
And Gorgui Dieng is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 16-3 run. Korver passes to Smooth.
Yo, Rose.
Here's the teardrop. Here's Fareed. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
That's just a poor job by the defense to let the Manimal get the rebound. He's the last guy you want to get free under there.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Here's Towns. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top rebounding teams this season. The Cavaliers, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the rankings.
And the wide open shot from Crowder hits the three-point bomb. Crowder's got 7.
The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line or you risk getting burned.
Towns against Fareed. Towns kicks to Muhammad. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Muhammad's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, a little punch, counter-punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Basket good.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Towns, no luck.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
1:03 left in the third quarter. Crawford dishes to Muhammad. Good on the short little jump shot. He has 7.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Outside Crowder to the paint. Here's Smooth. And it's off the back rim, no good. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Crawford passes to Jones. Towns, a screen on Rose. Back to Crawford. Now here's Muhammad. Tight defense on him. Off target with the jump hook. Cleveland controlling the game. Here's Smooth. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Gets it off. And that's not going to go. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Cavaliers ahead, just dominating this one. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
One shot, then when we make a miss.
A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Kenneth Faried. And Smooth subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. On the court for Cleveland, Channing Frye out there with Tristan Thompson. Then there's Wells. Then there's Smooth. And it's Jefferson in at the 2 spot.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Brett, you've played for 6 different teams. What does it feel like to have to go in and prove yourself to a whole new group of teammates and coaches, a new fan base, all of it?
I think those situations... No, that just happened.
Now, you don't want to forget about the athleticism of Butler. Just a sick slammer of the basketball. You can't allow him to get to that launching pad.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Korver's checked in. And the Cavs' big 3 completed with the trade of #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade. This is great to see him take over in stretches like this, coming alive at just the right time.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Butler. Back to Wiggins. Top of the key. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Smooth. Offensive rebound. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
There's the pick. Back to Jang. Butler on the wing. From deep. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make him pay for it.
Here's Thompson, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And that one misses. And Brent, when you watch Tristan Thompson pursue offensive rebounds, he's constantly battling for position inside.
Well, he toes the line a lot with what he can get away with, but more and more the experience on the court and who it is that he's playing against does a great job of predicting where shots are coming off, finding angles on the inside, and being in great position to make easy scores.
Here's Wiggins, and 2 free throws coming up. Able to get that one to go with all the contact. Hey, Brent, with the size and speed of NBA athletes, could we see the court widened out at some point, whether it's the lane or even the boundaries widen?
That's a great question, Kevin. I often thought that the league should widen the court to the point where the 23-9 three-point line should be an exact semicircle.
Is the same, yes.
Which would extend the court another couple feet on each end and create more space, more driving opportunities, more room to watch the greatest athletes in the world do what they do best. That's run, jump, pass, and entertain us. So maybe the league looks at it. Right now, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's a great question.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, there are numerous ways to build a lead, but owning the glass may be one of the best.
Sinks the triple.
The D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Now here's Teague. Pass to Jang. He dishes it to Butler. Shoots over Korver. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 10 points for Jimmy Butler.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Smooth. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Patton's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The feed to Wiggins. Jacks up a 3. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Smooth. Keeps it alive, and there's Thompson putting it right back in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And Zhang kicks to Butler. Feeds it to Teague. Launches a 3. That one, no good.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical.
Here's Smooth. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal. Due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these 2 great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or two hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those 2 gentlemen aside.
And he goes right over Tyus Jones and slams it down.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Outside Butler. Here's Muhammad. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 6 assists in the game.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the 2nd frame.
Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Jones dishes to Muhammad. Picked his pocket. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. That's a great dunk.
Freakish.
Man overboard.
Wow.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me. What confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Jones, the pass to Muhammad. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's Smooth. Muhammad covering. Smooth's shot is off. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. And it's Butler missing. The Cavaliers have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the 4th, exactly 50%. Here's Smooth. Kept alive. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. Fry's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Cleveland.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Smooth.
Just a really solid effort on the offensive end. He was getting any shot that he wanted.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Now the team came in fired up from the opening tip. You could see the focus. You're ready to do battle.
Here's Muhammad, and there's another one for the Timberwolves. And here's Cleveland. Here's Smooth. The rebound by Patton. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Smooth is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And the first one drops.
And Butler does so many things well. I mean, shoots a high percentage from everywhere, and a gritty defender. He does it all.
And so Butler nails both of them. 20 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. Kicks it to Rose. Here's Smooth. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And how aggressive has he been on the offensive end? Over half the team's points have been his.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just they made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
DJ, great game.
Thanks, Char. Am I blowing up?
You're trending. Oh, hey, we need to go do an interview.
Well,
The guys
you
in the
too.
studio. Let's go.
I appreciate y'all. I'm signing out. Y'all peoples have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow.